Vegetable medleys are great superfoods because the variety of veg is just as important as the quantity. If you've ever wondered what a medley is, which was a bit of a buzzword in the 80s, it's just a group of ingredients that work in harmony together. Kale, corn, and capsicum in this case are the best of friends in this dish. So I'm just cutting the capsicum into strips. Next up is a kale. So I just want to tear off small bite-sized pieces and discard the stalks. Kale just happens to be one of the most nutritious plants on the planet, and it's also a good source of plant-based calcium. At Marley Spoon, we know how important it is to get vegetables into your diet, and that means that we try to add as many as possible, but a good variety too. Put that onto the tray. Put the kale onto one side. You just want to leave a small strip for the barramundi a little later on. So I'm going to make creamed corn. If you're a regular viewer of the show, you'll know how much I love it. Kind of call it a fresh polenta sometimes. At Marley Spoon, we like to get as much of the prep done as early on as possible because it all happens so fast. Next up, some garlic. Garlic's for the creamed corn. Don't worry about chopping it too finely because it's all going to be blended before serving anyway. Peel the corn. I find the easiest way to cut off the kernels is to lay it flat on the board, slice through as close to the cob as you can. All the prep's done, let's start cooking. I'm just going to heat up some oil and I'm going to cook off a small piece of barramundi, which I'll just season the skin with salt. I love cooking and eating barramundi. It's one of my favourite fish. But you do need to eat it sparingly if your kids are 6 and under and if you're pregnant. About 1 serve every fortnight. Just want to cook it for 3 minutes, skin side down. Just be careful of spitting. Just apply some pressure onto the fish because you want the skin to be nice and crispy and just keep it flat until it sets in the pan. Season the other side with salt. While that's crisping up, I'm going to get the vegetables into the oven. So drizzle with oil, give it a good toss, and season with salt. I'm going to put it into a 200-degree oven for about 5 minutes. The skin's really nice and golden and crispy, so I'm not going to turn it over in the pan on the other side. Just going to put it back onto the plate because I'm going to finish cooking it in the oven. Make sure you put it down, skin side up. Next, I'll get onto the creamed corn. Just put all the ingredients into a pan. Butter. But you can make it dairy-free and just use oil instead. And some water. Not too much. Some salt. And some freshly ground black pepper. Put it onto a medium heat. Give it a good stir. Pop the lid on. I think it's about time to get the fish into the oven. This is looking good. Put the fish onto the tray, skin side up, and put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes. So next up, I'm onto another medley because 2 medleys are better than 1. I've got some slivered almonds here and I'm adding it to our now cooled pan. It's important to have it cooled, otherwise it can burn quite easily. I have some hemp seeds here, which are new to the Marley Spoon pantry. They're a really good source of a plant-based protein, but they also contain all of the essential amino acids, which makes them a complete protein. And I have my favorite seed, sesame seeds, a blend of white and black. They're so good for you. Not only are they just so delicious, but they contain B vitamins, healthy fats, protein, good source of fibre. Really make this mixture. Just turning it onto a medium heat, and slowly but surely, the seed mix should be really nice and golden. So while these are toasting, I'm going to check on the corn. It's looking good. You just want to make sure the corn is bright yellow and the onion is tender. Just turn that off now, and I'll just blend it up with a stick blender. If you want a thinner consistency, add a little bit more water, and it also makes it easier to blend. That's looking pretty good. I like a nice chunky consistency. They smell amazing. Quickly get it into a bowl. Let's eat. Start off with some of the creamed corn on the bottom. Next for the veg. Just nice to have all the different flavors and textures. You've got soft, crunchy, creamy, and for the hero, the seeds. And of course, you can't forget the Marley Spoon twist.